client how return by month. This determines that as return by month. This determines that as per your client, you will ask your client how what is the requirement to return. Suppose their requirement is that never return. When the customer moves out, you then return. Then you can put a 99 here. Okay, so 99 means how many years? Like 8 years, 96, 8 years, 4 months. Okay, so uh, ideally we can maximum 2 digits, maximum number is 99. We can put 99 here, but mostly in the agreement they will mention that the return date is how long. So generally it does not say like 99 months. It's like a lease period, 99 months or something. So return you can mention here. Now here's the concept of credit worthiness, because when I ask for a security deposit, I must know what is the credit worthiness of the customer. Credit worthiness, if you have worked in the FSCM module, financial supply chain management, there the credit worthiness is used. So credit worthiness, if the client has a requirement that I will return only during the return period, if the credit worthiness is less than equal to 50, I will return. Okay, now what is creditworthiness? In layman's language, creditworthiness, if it is higher creditworthiness, that means you are a good customer. So if you go for a personal loan or something, they will check your CIBIL score. If the CIBIL score is more than 750 or something, you'll get a loan at a good rate. Home loan, personal loan, you'll get it at a good rate. But if it is less than 750, that means maybe the rate will be higher. Or sometimes it may happen the government banks will not lend you money. You have to go for private banks, or even you may have to go for NBFCs with a higher rate. So in layman language, higher the credit worthiness, better the customer is. But in SAP, higher the credit worthiness, the customer is prone to default. The customer has defaulted. Whenever a customer defaults, some credit worthiness points are added into SAP. Now if the client has a tolerance that I will return after 12 months, I will return, but provided I have to see the credit worthiness should be up to 50. If the customer credit worthiness is more than 50, that is every time customer defaults, some credit worthiness is awarded. First time failed, $10, 10 point, 20 point, 30 point, 40 point, 50 point. Now again he failed, say the customer is at 60 credit worthiness point. Now 12 months has expired, now it's time to return, but still the customer is lying at 60, then it will be not returned. Okay, it can be manually returned, but in batch process it will be not returned, because the as per client's requirement, the configuration we have configured that if the credit worthiness is less than 50, less than equal to 50 only, then I'll return. Okay, so if there is no requirement, you can keep this blank. I just put it because it's I mean in my previous US project also they had this requirement, so I just put it here. Payment term, so like when the SD is posted, what will be the payment term? Currently it is 5,000, which is, check, 5,000 immediate due. Okay, so currently it is immediate due, so it will not, if I put a payment term here, it will not take from the CA master, it will adhere to the payment term that is configured here. Okay, and when the SD is posted, it will hit a particular business area or something, or a particular separate dunning procedure will go against SD. That way you can assign. Okay, so this is fine. Now I'm going back. Now define request reason for security. Why do I ask for security deposit? It can be a new customer. Customer's consumption is suddenly changed on a higher side. He was consuming lesser, I mean whatever he was consuming, maybe $100 every month. Now suddenly his consumption become 140, 145. So we are scared that we are at the verge of having bad debt. So it's better to ask for a security deposit. Even if the final bill is defaulted, then I still have the money with me, so that SD I will not return, and it will cover for my final bill. Okay, that way. Payment history, customer has a very bad payment history. Every month we have to follow up with the customer, please pay, please pay. We have to send correspondence. In those customers, it's better, let's ask for a security deposit. If the customer delays, I still have a payment with, I mean I have their payment with me. They have some uncovered check. Okay, some check they have done which is not like covering the entire invoice amount. There are some fraud, manipulation, bankrupt, whatever reason you may add. Okay, already 7 reasons are there. I'm not adding anything. Your client will tell in real project, client will tell for what reason the SD is created. Okay, so whenever moving happens, it is the new customer. This reason with this new customer reason, the SD is created. But if it is created manually, then the other ones can be selected. Okay, I mean manual creation, new customer can also be selected, but most likely new customers are done at the move-in process. Now there's a concept of non-cash SD. It may happen that some non-cash security deposit is asked for. Non-cash security deposit means, say I have uh, I can send a letter of credit. That is an example of non-cash security deposit. What is a letter of credit? So let me see, is the letter of credit created? Oh, sorry. This is status. This is status. So it is created, activated, reversed. Somebody has created this bank guarantee. So it is not a type of non-cash security. It is the status of non-cash security. First it will be created, then it will be activated, and finally it will be reversed. Bank guarantee someone has manually created. The type of non-cash SD, here it will come. Categories. Okay. So like private guarantee, bank guarantee, savings book, securities, letter of credit. Letter of credit is whenever you are doing a business with some international client, then you can ask for a letter of credit. Okay. For example, suppose I say I am buying, um, say I'm buying 30 iPhone from a customer in US. I mean, from a seller in US. I will buy them and I'll sell it here locally in Kolkata. Now, when I want to, mostly the payment term is 45 days net, or 6 days net, or 90 days net. That is whenever it is shipped. After that, after 3 months, I'm going to pay. Now, the seller may think that he doesn't know me, he hasn't seen me. Maybe in video call he has seen me, but he hasn't seen me in person. So it may happen that I take the delivery of all the 30 iPhones and I don't pay. That may very much happen. So in that case, what will happen? He will not trust me, he will not sell me. So I will arrange a letter of credit from a bank which has branches both in Kolkata and say New Jersey. The seller is located in New Jersey. Say I see a Standard Chartered Bank or Western Union. So Western Union says that because Western Union has a branch next to my house, so he says that if I do not pay for the 30 iPhones, he will pay on my behalf, and Western Union will collect the money from me. Okay, whatever collection activity they want to perform, they want to appoint a gunda or something, who can humiliate me in front of my neighbors so that they can collect the money. So they will perform all the activity, but they will for the letter of credit he will charge some commission, because he is providing guarantee. Say he will charge say 2%, 1% something, but at least due to this letter of credit, the seller is now ready to sell me. That is called letter of credit. Now if I have a letter of credit, that is letter of credit means a guarantee, nothing but a guarantee. But for overseas customer, these guarantees are used. Now I can use this letter of credit as non-cash SD. These are not cash security deposit. Okay, any private guarantee, any bank guarantee, my savings bank passbook. Securities, nowadays for share debenture bond, we don't have a like hard copy. We generally don't get a hard copy. Earlier the hard copies were available. Now it is everything is uh, script based. Previously it was paper based. So back then I have 100 shares of Reliance. Here's my certificate, please keep it with you as my non-cash security. But right now that will not happen. Everything is dematerialized. So I can see uh, my broker. With my broker, I'll log in Zerodha, Grow, Upstock, whatever may be the platform. I will see how much uh, shares are created to my account. That thing I cannot put it as a girvi. I cannot mortgage that. That is fully um, you know dematerialized. But earlier this option was available. So these are the different examples of non-cash SD. Okay, so these are already configured here. So I'm not configuring anything new. Next, define default values for security deposit. Okay, interest I'm going to reverse separately. Now it may happen that define reversal reason for security deposit. Now say I created security deposit, then I send a letter, then I realize that that's a VIP customer. I should not ask for money without providing any service. Okay, for Tucha customers I can do, like every retail customer I do, but this customer I don't want to piss it off. If the customer gets pissed off, I'm going to lose a lot of order. My order books, say 30% of my order books will be gone. So I don't want to piss them off, so I'll not ask for a security deposit. But by mistake in the batch, I somehow posted a SD, and I may have sent a correspondence as well, please pay. So what will happen? I will reverse the SD. I will send another correspondence asking, sorry, please disregard my previous email. You don't have to pay any SD for that scenario. Or maybe by mistake I have posted two SD. Okay, for the I need to reverse the second SD. So for that, when I reverse, I may have to put the reversal reason. Why am I reversing? Created an error, converted manually from non-cash SD. Okay, sometimes it may happen that non-cash SD is not liquid enough. That means my savings account, although my passbook is with them, but my passbook has only 30 rupees, so it does not cover. In that case, I have to convert the non-cash SD. Sorry, I'm this is the ulta. So I have a cash SD. I want to convert into a non-cash SD. Okay, so I will reverse the SD request, and I will ask for a bank guarantee or something. Okay, then also I'll reverse the cache SD. So for that, reversal reason is created. You don't have to create anything. You can create, but you can think of something you can create. Okay, so security deposit specific config is done. Now it will post documents, so I have to configure the main sub and all those GL and all. We will configure in the separate node in the posting and document node. Okay, so I'm coming out of security deposit. Okay, business transaction also. I'm going to basic function here under posting and document main define account assignment for automatic posting, then go to define account assignment for down payment and charges. Okay, and here my statistical key will be H. I think security deposit is H, cash security deposit request. Okay, choose H. It will tell you that when the SD is posted, it will be posted with the H statistical key. The request main transaction will be 2020. Main transaction 20, sub transaction 20. This is fixed. You cannot change it. Against that, when the payment will be received, main transaction will be 20, sub transaction will be 10. You can change it. Okay, so request, SD request main sub you cannot change, but payments main sub you can change, although this is not advisable. Okay, so when the SD is posted, it will be posted with 0020 0020 main sub. Next, when the payment will come, as per the current config, the payment will have main sub 0020 0010. Okay, this is mentioned here. So this is not changeable. This SAP allows to change, but although we don't advise to change. Next, it will be posted with a restriction 2. You can control it from here. This is very important. Cash security deposit, no clearing permitted till it is released. The concept I just told you, till the release period is reached, I will have a restriction 2 in my SD. Okay, I will not permit any clearance. So here we have, I don't know, I think I have chosen 12 months. So before 12 months, it will have 2. If you want to control this, you can remove this, but remember this is at client level. Nowhere I mentioned company code. How did I come here? I just simply came here. I did not enter any chart of account, any company code. So this is wide open. Client level this is at client level. So if you change these two, or if you change the main sub transaction, it will be applicable for all. So do not change it. Multiple people are practicing in this environment. Their testing will be gone as well. Okay, so do not change it. We have different clearing restriction. So clearing restriction 8, you must have seen. Items cannot be processed until next regular invoice. This one I discussed in my company code config. That means whenever invoice is posted between two invoice, if any manual adjustment is posted, it will have a CR8. That is, it will not be it will not be available for clearing, or it will be not be done, nothing will be done, because for the manual adjustment no correspondence are sent. On the next regular invoicing, this restriction 8 will be removed, and along with the invoice, this charge will be communicated to the customer, then the customer will pay. Okay. Similarly, clearing restriction 7 also you may have seen if you're working with collective invoices. So here also, during the after collective billing, it can be paid. Before the next collective invoice cycle, it will have a CR7. So CR7, CR8 is more popular, and CR2, and rest all I have not used. Okay. So again, this is the control. Do not change it. I just came here to explain this thing. Now we are going to, so which main sub do I need to create? I need to create 2020, then 2010. Okay. So 2020 and 2010 I have to create. Now, since in this environment, a lot of people have practiced, the main sub are already created. I need to assign it to my company code. Okay. So I'll go to maintain document assignment. Main and sub are already created. You can check from here. Go to position 0020, 2010 and 2020. 2020 says security deposit request, and 2010 says cash security deposit payment. Okay, already configured, already created. Now I'm going to extend it to my company code. Okay, so maintain transaction for ISU. I used to come here, maintain transaction for other receivable. Here I'm going to go here, maintain transaction for cash security deposit. Both of them will take me to the same screen only. So you can go from here as well. It will take you to the same screen. Okay. So maintain transaction for cash security deposit interest. Come here. Why is it taking so long? Okay. New entry. Company code 0903. Short text. SD request. Long text. Security deposit request. Main transaction 0020. Sub transaction 0020. Statistical key I have to assign. Okay. And can anyone tell me whether it will be a debit or credit request? Security deposit request will be a debit or credit? Anyone?
Credit.
No, it will be a debit,
Debit,
because
debit, debit.
you see this is a debit, payment will be credit. Okay,
Oh,
so it will be a debit. So again, it is an internal transaction. If I don't assign correctly, it will throw an error. So say I know it should be H here and should be debit here. With that, I'm going to hit enter. See the error. Please correct debit credit indicator for transaction 2020. Since internal transaction is coming, I have to respect whatever SAP is expecting. Okay, so SAP is expecting a debit credit indicator. I'm fixing this. I have not done the statistical key yet. Let me hit enter again. Statistical indicator was corrected to H. Okay, it has automatically populated H. That means whenever we assign, I told you earlier as well, I think I told you for payment on account. Payment on account 6010 also has a main sub, internal and external main sub mapped. So anytime I am using any main transaction or sub transaction which is exactly with internal main sub, then internal main sub property I have to use here. Okay. So it is saved. Now I will post the payment. Now 2010 SD payment, security deposit payment 2010. Now this is not statistical, and this is a credit payment. Okay, enter again. Here also if I do mistake, it will throw the same error, but I hope you understood the flavor. So save. So two main sub was expected from me, 2020 2010, both of them are assigned. Now next step is ek01 ek02 slash o ek01 company code CANA.
we can go here from config path also, right?
Yes,
From
config path
account test admin.
I have mentioned in the. Okay, by the way, you can check that I have added the config, and if you want, you can carry on, continue with the same config only March.
It was shared.
Yeah, same in our folder only. Let me.
Oh, yeah, I just I'm not looking. This folder. Okay.
So here you see a folder is there, config docs.
Okay.
Here,
Sixth.
the first one is very organized because Elena has created proper notes and all with that, all the information she has created. Let me open this. So screenshot from the videos as well. She did lot of thing. Okay, so it is very detailed because she did it customized way. And after that, I picked up. I did not do that detailed. Okay, so just screenshot mm, of the path and inside what have we done. The detail, I mean, whatever customized notes, I did not add anything. Okay, like maintain document type and assign number range. This is the document type screen. Assign number range is also there, and internal number range. That's it. I'm going to the next. Okay, so all those detailing is not there. So first one it will be too detailed. Then the next ones just screenshots. Okay, like payment run. Payment run. I have also mentioned the T code as well. So config. Then inside whatever we have done, then next config. Okay, so this way I have mentioned. So you can continue if you want. You can like number 7 you can add. So we did extra we did cache test, right? So you can configure add the config of cache test and then security deposit. You can continue, or else I can also do same way. You don't have to enter all those thing like here what do we do. So if anybody wants to know what do we do here, then they can go open the node and just go through the documentation. So we have documentation in each node. People can go through this documentation to understand what this node is all about. Okay, so it says that internal this 2010 is needed, all this needed. Okay, so this 25, when I talk about interest, then I'll explain interest. Right now we are in the cash security deposit. So you can continue. This will be helpful for all of us. I mean, all of you. Obviously, if you are going uh, with the and here also in the account determination, I have taken separate screenshot for Brim, because account determination is the only screen where Brim, see this is the Brim screen. Brim has some separate thing, FICA X. So here I have mentioned this is a node same in the FICA as in the ISU as well. Let me show you that EK01, EK02 node in the ISU. Controlling area. Yeah, here's the node. Okay, ISU define data for main transaction. This is R001. This is EK02. And before that, this is the main transaction defined for main transaction. This is R000. Okay, so this way you can also create. So whenever you create in the system, at the same time you can just in the our online as well, you can create. You go to new and maybe new folder, and then sorry, new Google Doc. Then you can start put your screenshots. Okay, you'll have lifetime access to all these folders, so that later you can come and see whatever is needed. Also, this is a full path, and I think I have received another path from Arpita. I will upload that one, but that one will not have the screenshots. Okay, so every time you practice, you can go through the video, or you can go through the screenshots as well. Okay. Okay, so going back, company code is 0903. I don't have a division. My ADID is I don't recall my ADID. 0903, I think 26. Yeah, 26. So I'll just copy, single copy, 0903 26. Now this is 0020. Now I cannot post it to this recon account because the request will not hit FI. Okay, so the request, I will create a separate GL. Mostly this is the practice. FI team will give me a separate GL where I'm going to I'm going to post a request, and that GL will not hit, it will not go to FI basically. Okay, so slash o fs00 balance sheet. I'll just copy from 126,000 only. 120 AR FICA copy, maybe one. Okay, I
It
use
is
the
just
same
like
number.
just it is just like a noted item, right?
Yes, you can say so, like noted item. Okay, so ideally noted item have only one side, like customer account debit. There is no credit. Okay, so no offsetting entry. So similar to that, you can say so. But it will create both the debit and credit. I mean, sorry, it will create only the debit. It will not create any credit. Okay, and also in FI, it will when I transfer all the recon key, since it will not have any recon key, it will not be transferred. Okay, so every account I assign in EK01, I have to make sure that the recon account V should be there. If I create an assign an account without this recon V, then the FPU1 will not work. I mean, the posting, not only FPU1, the posting will not work. Okay, so and save. Now this account I'm going to use in EK01. I'll just replace with this customer deposit. Save. This is done. Now EK02 slash n K02 new entry company code 0903 ADID 26 0020 0020. First we have 2020 uh, 41, although it will not post anything. 4 times 0. Okay, it does not require GL because it is statistical, and it will not post. You will see noted item, only debit will be there, no credit will be there. Okay, and also request is done. Now payment, single copy 2010. Okay, so config is done. Now next I'm going for the end user part. So although my customer has already been created, it's been more than a month. Not the month, we started 9th of April, 9th of March, and we are just close to 1 month. Okay, so the customer has moved in, it's been 1 month, but still I'm going to ask for SD. So FPSec1 is a T code. FPSec1 create, FPSec2 change, FPSec3 display. Okay, first I'm going to create non-cash security deposit. I don't have a contract. My contract account is 3002016. Hit enter. So here are the statuses. Somebody has incorrectly assigned this bank guarantee. Ideally, it is created, activated, reversed. Okay, so non-cash reason. So these are the config we have. Maybe manipulation. He has done some manipulation.
I
Then
have a
what?
question here. Excuse
Yes,
me.
please go ahead.
This is the manual process for the security booking, right?
Hmm.
And when anything came from the CRM side, suppose, so how it is by the functional module and what they use actually, how they book the security amount.
From the C4C side, when the SD is created,
Yeah.
this screen, similar screen is also available in C4C. Manual SD can be created, and during move-in also the SD can be created. During move-in, the SD can be created with a specific amount, or if you don't want to assign the amount, then some backend logic, that like the logic I told you, that our requirement is to calculate last 12 months average consumption, then and accordingly, so we just created the FM, and uh, then we ran the FM standalone to check the 12 months consumption is coming correctly. And the C4C guy, they have assigned it somewhere. I don't know where in C4C they have assigned, so that according to that custom function module, it can be called, and the amount can be determined. SD amount can be determined. Okay.
Okay. They actually they call this screen, I think so, FP1, I think so. When they book this
Yes.
one as
Yeah, for
okay.
manual they call the screen. Yes. For moving process, it is automatically called, and according to the FM, any custom FM or anything, the amount is determined. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So type, say letter of credit I'm going with, any reference I want to do, and since it is non-cash, the amount is grayed out. Okay, first I'm going to show you non-cash, then start date, say today is 07/04/2024, and see the return date will be populated. I'm just going to hit enter. It will add 12 months, so I hit enter. See 07/04/24, 07/04/25. Based on our config 12 months, it has calculated the return date. Okay, then I can put a guarantor. That means although John Smith has told that he's going to pay, but I can put anyone's name. That customer, that business partner may not have a MKK role, but still I can put here. So this is ICU server. Most of them will have MKK role. I just maybe select randomly anything, say Mangu, Changu Mangu. So I'll just put Changu Mangu. So that means if John Smith doesn't pay, then Changu Mangu will be held responsible. I mean, will be asked that, hey, you have guaranteed that John Smith will pay, but he's not paying. Okay. So there is some issue. So Changu Mangu will take care of it. So it does not mean that Changu Mangu has to have um, contract partner role assigned. If a BP is created, I can assign here. If the BP has a contract account, then I can do. But if there is none, I can do this way. So and save. Secure deposit 6 series number has taken, 410 is created. So secure deposit display. Now it is created. Okay. And this will not impact anything in the finance side. In the FPL9, you'll see no posting has happened because it is non-cash. /o FPL9 300 2016. You see no document is posted. So document type is this one. You will not see any SD. Okay. Nothing, it will not impact. Now I'm going to post cash security deposit. That will post, I mean, that will post financial impact. Okay. So I'm going back. Security deposit create screen again FP. Okay, so it is FPsec3 because I went from display. That is why it is showing FPsec3, but create means FPsec1 screen. I am at FPsec1 screen and I'm going to select cash security deposit. Enter, and here I don't have any FM, so I have to manually enter the amount. Okay, so this is cash security deposit reason. Again, say consumption change, and I'm asking for $80 SD. Okay, interest I'll show separately. Hit enter. So today's start date and 1 year from now is calculated. I mean, is calculated, but uh, I will do some back date because I have to release. I don't want to do future release because if when I do the release, I have to release in 2025. As if today is 7th of April 2025. So what will I do? I'll do some backdating. So my start date I'll make it 01/04/2023, and I hit enter. Why is it not changing? This should change. Return date should change. Okay. I don't know why is it not changing. It is standard behavior only. So I'm manually changing. It should have changed ideally. Okay. So sorry, 2024 will be. Why am I doing backdating? Because when I have to release, it will not look like, I mean, I can release for future date, but when I'm going to release, I want it to look like that the 12 months has gone. Okay. And
Is it mandatory to fill the usage period actually?
usage
Actually,
period.
whenever I use that, so it's not required, I think.
You don't enter the return date.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's
if you
not
don't, if you
not
don't
mandatory.
fill according to the config, it is needed because let me try to create the SD without any, I don't know, because the release date is mandatory. Else let me try to create it without any return date. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Once.
save. Let's see which return date it has taken. Okay, it has calculated and taken 12 months. Okay, so return date is mandatory because else the release will not happen. To release, I have to check whether the return date is reached or not, and the credit worthiness. Okay, so security deposit is created. It is now in requested status, and in the FPL9, I will see a $80 SD is posted, and this is the document number 1038. So let's see.
Will you open it?
Okay, so security deposit is posted. Double click.
Status code. Okay.
2020 as per the config. It has statistical key H assigned. It is a down payment request, and the new GL is taken, the customer deposit. Now, if I go to GL item, I will not find any. It says no general ledger item available. So it is a similar to noted item, that is, I have customer debit but no credit. Okay. Also, if I go to the header, I don't see any recon key. That means it will not go to FI. Okay, it is just needed so that my payment will come and my payment will clear. Okay, now security deposit is generated, I mean posted. How will the customer know? I must send the correspondence to the customer. So let me send the correspondence, else the customer will not pay. So for that you can go to let me see. Okay, environment, form print. I can print immediately, or I can create a request. If I print immediately, it will generate the file form directly. Or if I go for create print request, it will at the day end a job runs called FP Copara. And FP Copara, I'm going to run that in front of you. The FP Copara will generate all the requests. Any invoices are posted, all the invoices will be printed via FP Copara. Any whatever printable item are there, so all the correspondence are done via FP Copara. So I'm going for create print request. Okay, output device LP01. Okay, with that I click on continue. Correspondence requested. That means the correspondence is not generated, but the correspondence is just requested. So for that I will run FP Copara. So before FP Copara I will see, let me copy the contact account. So what does the FP Copara do? It will check the table DFKK DFKK COH stands for correspondence header. Okay, so here I have separate correspondence key for each activity. Security deposit is 12, I think. Request for security deposit, return, account statement, dunning notice, installment plan for different interest notification for different activity. Uh, different correspondences are generated. So mine is this time mine is 12, and I will enter the contact account. So it will create an entry. So one entry is created. Now when the FP Copara runs, it will read this and it will print. Okay, so see the form is assigned. I'll show you how you can configure this. In this system, it is already configured. I'll show you after. Let me print the form, then I'll show you how this can be configured. And mostly you will need a Z form, because here though it will generate with the SAP IDES logo, but in real project your company's logo should be there, so a Z form must be assigned. I'll show you that. So it is generated with a blank print date. You'll see issue date. The sorry, print date or issue date. The field name is Copri. Let me check. Copri, 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 print date. Okay. So print date is blank. Once it is printed, the print date will be populated. Okay. So print date is blank. Now let me print this. For that, FP Copra job, it runs once in a day. For all print requests, it will pick up and it will generate the, send the print, all the invoices, all the dunning, all the returns, everything. Okay. So for security deposit, I'm running FP Copara. This is the T code. It's a mass job. Sorry, I just added